We're all looking for those smart ways to build wealth. But what if one of the oldest, most reliable strategies is one that's literally hiding in plain sight? Today, we're going to dig into an asset that's been quietly building fortunes for generations. And it's probably not what you think. Forget about the flashy tech stocks for a minute, or the wild ride of crypto. This is something far more tangible, something, fundamental to our actual survival. So what is this powerful asset that so many people just seem to miss? That's right, good old dirt. Specifically, the dirt that grows our food. While all the headlines are chasing the crazy ups and downs of the stock market, the very land that feeds us has been providing steady, consistent returns. It's not glamorous for sure, but its real power is that it's an absolute necessity. So why have the wealthy quietly made farmland a cornerstone of their portfolios for so long? Well, it turns out they understand a few core principles about value that go way beyond just market hype. It's a totally fair question, right? In our super digital world, why would you invest in dirt? The answer is, well, it's beautifully simple. It's because the demand for what comes from that dirt is permanent, and it's only growing. The entire logic behind this investment, the whole thing, it really rests on one simple, unshakable truth. A fundamental human need that just never, ever goes away. I mean, think about it. Corn, wheat, soybeans, food is not optional. And as our global population continues to grow, the demand for the finite amount of land that can feed us is pretty much guaranteed to increase. That makes it the ultimate essential industry. Okay, so the demand is solid. We get that. But how does owning a piece of a farm actually put money in your pocket? Let's break down the mechanics, because this is where it gets really interesting for your portfolio. Farmland has this awesome dual power. First, you've got the annual income. This comes from either selling the crops or, more commonly for investors, leasing the land to farmers. That's your cash flow. And second, the land itself is a finite asset that tends to appreciate, to go up in value steadily over time. So you get both cash flow and long-term growth. I mean, that's the holy grail for any investor. Now, I know what you're probably thinking. This all sounds great, but I don't have millions of dollars to go out and buy a massive farm. And for a long, long time, that was the big barrier. But that's all changing. Historically, this was a club for the ultra-wealthy. Buying hundreds of acres requires a huge amount of capital right up front, which put it out of reach for pretty much everyone else. But what if you could invest in it a little differently? The new way is all about fractional ownership. There are modern platforms now that let you buy shares of a farm, just like you'd buy a share of Apple or Google on the stock market. This lets you own a piece of a productive, income-generating farm without needing to be a billionaire. So if it's so great, why isn't everyone talking about this all the time? Well, the reason is pretty simple. It isn't glamorous. It's kind of boring. But its lack of glamour, that's actually its greatest strength. And this right here shows you exactly why boring is so powerful. I mean, look at the stability of farmland compared to the wild roller coaster rides of tech stocks or crypto. It's just so much less volatile. And why? Because its value is tied to a constant need. People have to eat, even when the economy is in a recession. This stability is exactly why millionaires love it as a defensive asset. It helps hedge against inflation because as prices go up, so do food prices. It preserves wealth because, let's face it, they're not making any more land. And it's a real, tangible asset you can physically stand on and pass down for generations. And that's really the central theme here, isn't it? While a lot of people are out there chasing the buzz and the glamour of the next hot stock, strategic investors are often prioritizing the quiet, steady power of stability. So here's the big takeaway. The next time you're thinking about diversifying your investments, don't just limit your vision to the digital world. Think about the soil. Because this boring, reliable asset might just be one of the most powerful wealth builders that most people never even consider. And that really leaves us with a final question to chew on. In a world that is always chasing the next big thing, is it possible that the most reliable path to building lasting wealth is the one that's been quietly working right there in front of us the entire time?